Hello, it's Tania Gabrielle here, Wealth Astronumerologist, and this is your astronumerology forecast for the Virgo full moon on March 12th. Now, I just want to say it's coming out a bit later than usual because I've had laryngitis and my voice is still not completely there, but I just couldn't wait any longer. I just wanted to let you know what's going on, but apologies for the lateness this time around. There's really a lot of storylines to this full moon. So much going on, and almost like opposite energies that we have to bring into harmony with each other, which is very much what a full moon is anyway, because the moon is in Virgo opposite the sun in Pisces. So obviously we're bringing opposites to a head and into balance, which is the main emphasis on any full moon. Things come to a culmination. So in this case, the sun and moon are at 22 degrees, and I'll get into that number in a moment. But what really struck me about this full moon is that it's opposite not only the sun, but also Chiron and Mercury, and also Neptune, that are in Pisces. And Chiron and Mercury specifically are forming a square with Saturn. So there's a T-square that's being created here between the moon, Chiron and Mercury in Pisces, and then Saturn in the middle. That's really causing a lot of reflection, but also activation, because you're really being asked to be clear and be real and take responsibility for your life. And Saturn is very disciplined and wants you to confront the illusion of Pisces. It wants you to use discernment through Virgo, the Virgo emphasis with the moon, and speak the truth, which is what Mercury does. And so the truth may feel very emotional to you because, Pisces is a super emotional water sign. There's so many planets in Pisces right now opposite this moon in Virgo. But the point with Saturn is, Saturn, the great teacher and the timekeeper, Kronos, is that nobody can help you but you. And so it really is, it's come to the point where, whatever you may think about others taking the slack or others taking the blame for something that's going on, or even energetically, oh, well, it's the stars that are doing this to me right now. Really, none of that. Saturn will have none of that at all. You really need to step up. The beautiful thing with the moon opposite the sun, Chiron, and Mercury in Pisces is very healing. And so it gives a great opportunity to actually heal while you're coming to terms with the truth. So this is why this full moon is complex, but very transformative. Virgo and Pisces are very connected with health. Virgo rules your physical health. Pisces rules your emotional, spiritual well-being. And so really the question is, what is it that needs to be healed? And so you need to take some time out. So you may realize that you've been more tired than usual lately. I mean, we've just been through a very powerful eclipse month in February. It was extremely, in some ways, confronting to many, many people. And so now with the moon in Virgo, it wants to analyze, it wants to rationalize, it wants to look at what happened, what's going on. And so, that analyzation process is important, but you also need to feel. So I highly recommend that you spend more time in nature, get your feet onto the ground, the sand, or in the water, get in tune with the earth, which is what Virgo represents. It's an earth sign. And I have to say here, I'm recording this on March 9th, which is the day, literally hours ago, that Mars entered Taurus, another earth sign. So we have some balancing going on now, where we are starting to be grounded. Mars in Taurus is a very beautiful energy, even though some astrologers, or in some astrology, it says that Mars is in its detriment in Taurus and Venus is in its detriment in Aries, and that's exactly where these two planets are right now. They're forming a reciprocal relationship in each other's signs that is very, very helpful for us to get clear on the feminine and masculine side, again, bringing things into balance and allowing the fire of the divine goddess to light up in Aries, and the earthiness of the masculinity, sink into a real sense of security and almost like a gentle welcoming, a grounding of the masculine energy. So it's a very to me a very transformative energy that coincides with also Venus retrograde, which makes it even more personal and deep and lasting. So let's look at this number 22 degrees. The sun and moon are opposite each other at 22 degrees in Pisces and Virgo. But Uranus is also at 22 degrees. So this number really, really figures in a major way during this full moon. 22 is a master number. It's a double two. So it governs balance. 2 is the number of two opposites coming together, compromising, balancing each other out. And 22 grounds that energy. It's a number of peace. It's called the architect of peace. So the architect of peace means there's a structure for you to follow to bring about peace in your life. So you need to be able to relate, which is the number 2, to people, whether they're really close, intimate lovers or family members, any people in your life. You need to bring those relationships into balance, into peace. Super, super important between this full moon and the next full moon to focus on that. Now, there's another opposition. Like I said, Uranus is at 22 degrees. It's opposite Jupiter. This opposition just became exact again a few days ago in early March. And these oppositions that are happening now are helping us achieve our goals by just turning within to seek those peaceful solutions. So you'll be able to relieve the stress in a relationship. You'll be able to feel more confident with Jupiter to create a powerful breakthrough through Uranus. You're definitely yearning for freedom, internal freedom. And Uranus is very active because it's also exactly 150 degrees from the moon, which is called a quincunx or inconjunct. So the moon's at 22 degrees in Virgo, Uranus is at 22 degrees Aries. And this is a very, very powerful moment during this full moon, which will allow you to, again, reframe and break through old emotional issues. The moon is all about your feelings, and Uranus is saying, we've got to break through. And the moon is saying, well, we have to do it through compassion, through meditation. We have to really be gentle. And Uranus is saying, yes, but you need to act. So there's a very strong emphasis here on, moving forward, letting go, manifesting your spiritual practice daily, like really super important right now with this huge Pisces emphasis to just really take meditation seriously, carve out that time for yourself, because it's going to allow you to really, experience the best of what's going on now, not to get lost in the emotional, drama that sometimes can appear when we have a big emphasis on water signs like we do now. So there's also a beautiful trine. The moon is trining Pluto and the sun is sextiling Pluto, and they're forming this very beautiful triangle that builds confidence and allows you to really move forward and get your projects off the ground. And like I said earlier, with Saturn playing a huge role, this is a really great time for you to actually manifest and, create abundance plans, put them into action. This is a fantastic time to do that. So now, when we have an emphasis anytime with, one of the main transits of the year, which just became exact, Jupiter opposite Uranus, we can actually move into other dimensions. This is really a broadening of your perspective. So as you practice your meditation, really look at life from a completely new perspective. Allow your mind to just be let go. Allow your heart to just explore and feel the divinity. And I can't emphasize enough how important it is to see your Reiki practitioner or your, massage therapist, whatever takes you into that place, through music as well, to get cleared out, right? this emphasis on Pisces is like the final emphasis on the sign for a long time. We just had an eclipse there. Now we have all these planets in Pisces. And it's basically saying you're letting go, you're letting go, you're letting go, because we're about to explore some new territory here. And we want you cleared out. We want you ready, right? So this is, the juxtaposition between moving forward and letting go that we're all dealing with right now, which is making this time a little bit confusing. Sometimes we can't really tell what's going on, but you just need to listen to those psychic intuitive downloads. No matter what they are, they're going to take you to the heart of the situation, so you won't feel so flustered during this time, and stay centered and grounded. Mercury squares Saturn as well. I have to bring that up because that's a real reality check. So it's basically saying, are your ideas actually going to work? Saturn really makes sure, and it gives you the ability to work through things meticulously, also with the moon in Virgo, very meticulous sign, to do the hard work and to get down and put your ideas and insights into use, and also gauging, are they actually useful? If you feel any stressful communication during this time with Mercury square Saturn, just postpone the communication for a few days from now, because you're really stepping into a place now where you're learning and grounding your own sense of truth, and it may just not be time to speak it right away. So pick that, be patient about when that is. Venus retrograde in Aries, just bringing that up again, it's setting a new tone for being the warrior energy. Aries is the sign that Mars rules, the warrior. So you're being the feminine warrior. You're calling it as it is. You're being confident and strong. And then Saturn is also playing a role in a different way, not just in helping you with discipline, but Saturn has been sitting in an area of Sagittarius that's now being called Galactic Center. And the Galactic Center means this area of Sagittarius where Saturn is pointing directly to the center of our galaxy. So the downloads that you can receive now are powerful, and they're connecting you galactically to, your brothers and sisters, no matter where they are, whether they're on Earth or in other dimensions on other planets. It's that kind of surreal energy that's infusing our life right now. So just know that what you focus on internally right now is being reflected externally very, very quickly. We're in a 10 universal year in 2017. Everything's manifesting super fast. So doing that investigation about how you really feel right now means exploring, what isn't sitting quite right, finding that internal pulse, and then allowing the investigation, the discernment, to take you on the right path moving forward. It's a very, very beautiful time. It's intense, yes, but just know that the sun in Pisces and all these other planets in Pisces are heightening your intuition, so you can really, really deeply connect to your guides, to spirit, to the archangels, to God, whatever you name, source. You can connect so beautifully right now. And Uranus and Jupiter are bringing brilliant insights. So there's, like I said, so much going on. So be very, very open to listening to answers that flow through you. I'm not necessarily saying from other people, but just listen if it resonates. Connecting to the divine source is really going to take you to a place where you've never been before, and have you consider life and situations and answers and questions from a brand new point of view. So basically, it's a great potential for you to open your heart and have a major, major spiritual growth experience right now. And just a reminder, Chiron, Mercury, Neptune joined with the sun in Pisces. This is so amazing. Your capacity to heal right now from pain is greatly enhanced, especially when you set your intentions through visualization. So the setting of intentions is key, and then setting them, literally visualizing them in a meditation is very, very powerful. This Virgo moon will really help you to have the discipline, to have the diligence to do that, and to forgive and release those limiting ideas you've been carrying around, those limiting beliefs that have prevented you from connecting to this cosmic wisdom. So to stay in touch with the most important transits week by week, where I share the theme of the week and give you the highlights of the stars and the numbers every week, just click on the link in this video or below this video and subscribe to my weekly videos. They're totally free, and you get an email in your inbox on Sundays directing you to the latest fresh weekly videos. So enjoy those and have a beautiful, beautiful Virgo full moon. Again, apologies for the late video here. And I wish you a beautiful rest of March, and I'll see you for the Aries new moon at the end of the month soon. All right, bye-bye for now.